Hello and welcome back. Now, it's been a little while since I've been able to personally work on this truck. I'm trying to remember everything where I was at because Pontiac Nationals and the weather and working on that crappy Dodge. Yeah, it's been a little bit. And I do got some things for it. It's still looking pretty good, I think. One thing is, if you see the front wheels are off the ground, that's because these did have new brake calipers on it when I put them on the squirrels and pecans and such. When I put them on the truck, but it's been sitting. So on this truck, I want to be super safe and put new calipers and new brake hoses back on. It's got new brake lines, stainless steel. Those are obviously good. I got the couplers, connect the lines, and all that. So what I'm doing, I wanted to make sure that the brake calipers I got at a local parts store were the correct ones, because for some reason now at the parts stores they don't say if it's for a 1-inch rotor or 1.25-inch rotor. They give you weird brake codes, and there is no RPO codes in the glove box anymore. And on most of these trucks you don't see the RPO codes, so it's like, well, we'll just take them home and see if they work. And they look like they fit, so about to get ready to paint them. And I already got these on there, but I'm going to put new ones on it. These new calipers and new brake hoses I'm taking off, that's been sitting for a few years, they're actually going to go on the work truck. Then this is getting brand new stuff because it's getting closer to drive, and I want to make sure this thing is good when I take it out, because it's going to have quite a bit of power. So but I'm putting these stainless steel braided ones on it, just for a simple fact that it's how should I put it, obviously they're tougher, but also they eliminate brake fade and all that good stuff. So, you know, I actually have some friends that actually run them on their cars, and they say, yeah, one of them actually does road coursing. And since this is going to be a street truck, you know, and I mean, yeah, I'm going to race it, but straight line. He races road course, so that's a little bit closer to street than straight. He said he doesn't get any brake fade with these, and they've held up for years, so we're going to go with it. So that's what I'm going to do, get that painted, get these ready to install, and all that good stuff. Plus, before I paint it, because it's going to get painted, I burnt it up a little bit because I want to make sure there was no small pinholes. There wasn't, but you know, just to make sure. This right here is my nifty little overfill neck that I made. So yeah, put a little lip on it, smooth out the inside, all that good stuff, and yeah, kind of threw it together with some parts around the shop. Boss man said it was okay, so he kind of wanted to design something a little bit more fancy because he likes cars, but I told him where it's going, it's not going to be seen, so it doesn't have to be fancy. So, you know, just like, hey, it's not, where it's going, it's not seen, not fancy. So, enough of that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to get my stuff painted and start to get it put on. Oh yeah, spacers, because lowered and such. I need to remember when I order new wheels for this thing that need to take that in consideration. Get the right offset. I don't even have that one on there right, or it's not sitting right. Oh well, whatever. Let's go ahead and get it off, and yeah, get the new ones on, because again, the work truck really does need it because one of these bleeders broke off, so not gonna hurt to put the new one on it. And then these upgraded brake lines on it, you know, but Well, like I said, I want all new stuff on this one. I'm just gonna get these on there and hook up the new brake hoses. Get this. Oh, forgot the new washers that come with the Russells. The washers for the Russells are a little bit different, so I'm using them since it is their brake lines, or hoses, I mean. And get these hoses lined up, tightened up. The front wheels back on, and I got one more thing up front before I go to the back of the truck and start working back there. And while I'm right here, like I said, I got one more thing up here before I go out back, is the master cylinder. Now I changed this again, well, I mean once again, years ago, and it's been sitting. And last time I worked on the work truck, I put a new booster, not a new master cylinder. So I figured, why not go ahead and buy a new one for this one, and then let's put this one that's technically still new on the other one. That way, again, everything is brand spanking new on this truck when it goes out, or at least close, because I'm hoping to have this done within a year and improve the work truck while I'm at it. Because, you know, this is just basic parts, nothing special. But I do have something in mind. And that is a new booster, because this booster is old. I have never replaced it. And I've been shopping around because I wanted a smaller booster. Not smaller diaphragm, but smaller diameter to clear the valve covers better. But in reality, I could just get a, you know, the double booster, which is better brakes. But look, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have a problem even with the rollers getting that on and off. Shouldn't. I don't know, maybe I can take a hammer and clearance the booster right there just for a little bit more. Or if I have to, lower the engine a little bit, but I need to check the pinion angle and everything before I do that. But yeah, I think because it's $250 for the aftermarket and $80 for the stock. And if anything goes wrong, I can just hopefully get another stock one. It's getting to that point where stock part versus aftermarket is about the same. Because it's kind of hard to go get some of the parts for this older trucks, and you know, they just don't have them like they used to in the part stores. Wait a second. No, this one is used. Yeah, this one is used. Never mind. I lied to myself. This one's used, so not gonna use it. And of course, you know, I'll just get the booster a little bit later. Just get those started where I can at least tighten up the brake lines. That's one thing, I do have all stainless brake lines, so that's nice. Alright, now hopefully this will be something moving over there. The last time I take the gas tank out, I hope. So get back under there and take care of that real quick. Alright, now the fun begins, because I got some fittings in here, and well, it's time to get some fuel lines routed. I'm hoping that this will work, because I think this is the only size I found that was approximately close. Was 1/2 inch, and that's for the vapor line. I'm hoping it works. There's more stuff over there. What I'm doing is just trying to get everything buttoned up here. or because they, wait. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I was really spent 30 minutes in the house looking for this, and it was out here the whole time. That's freaking great. Wow. Okay. Holy crap. Yeah. Son of a... I only went to the store and bought 2 foot, so I still have the row. Okay. Which one's better though? The store brand? Or the one I ordered from Summit? Made in USA, made in Mexico. I'm gonna put the Made in USA one on my truck. Okay. Oh, jeez. Or even stuff like this, bending your own fuel line. Which I went out and just bought me a roll of aluminum. And, yeah. I'm bending my own fuel line to go where I want it to. Got my nifty little, you know, bibbing bender and all that good stuff. And, yeah. Now, of course, I'll put a little flare on the end. Just to make sure that it's going to stay good and got at least a decent connection on it, you know. Grand grade stainless aluminum, it's easy to work with. That's great. I like it. Yep, got a little flare. The only thing that sucks right now is how long this freaking tube is. So it's a little bit of a pain to work with, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. Just enough hose that I'm already lost. Oh, right here. Basically, again, as the minimum amount of rubber line I need. This thing, really need a better one. Need my scissors, that's what I need. Oh, I didn't bring them out here. There we go. Barely any rubber hose. Look at this guy. I'm over here trying to work. Hey, what are you doing? Hey. Hey. What are you doing? This is going to be fun because I'm got all that fuel line still, like 25 foot of it rolled up over there. Already over the rear end. So that hopefully, once I get closer, I can start getting all this where it should be, I hope. Okay, now I can go up a little bit. And the fun part begins again. Oh, that's in the way. Yay. I mean, I knew it was going to be in the way. What I expect. Expected it to be a little bit more forgiving and pliable, I think, was what I was actually expecting. Oh, boy. It was when it was longer. Now that it's shorter, the 1 3/4 line is not as forgiving and not as flexing. Yeah. Thankfully it's new hose, so it's not like I'm damaging it too much. Whee! gonna fight me every bit of the way. And every bit. Thankfully there's no gas in it. That would be too heavy to deal with right now. Okay. Alright. Oh, this hose is going to be hard to cut right here, but it is what it is. Oh. Should have got more off, actually, but... Okay. See if I can get that. Yeah, I know, safety glasses. What the hell, there's an ant carrying the fiber off from the hose I just cut. Get out of here. See if I can get that hose slid up. Where's that good screwdriver? There we go. A little more. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Now the only problem I just ran into is I made it a little bit too long, and somehow I gotta get a clamp on it back there. Oh boy. But the good news is it's in. What the? I thought I loosened that up enough. There we go. Let's make sure it's all the way in. Yeah. Okay, that hose is all the way up. Now I'm just going to tighten these and hopefully I can get a clamp on that other one. Alright, it's a little crude looking right there with that hose, but you know what? It's in. So, at least there's that. I didn't miss one spot, and that is, yeah, see the fuel line? And cross brace right there. I should have put it through it. And yeah, I didn't, so I'm not sure what to do there. Well, that was fun. I decided to lift the jack from the side so I could get up under there and start trying to put the aluminum tubing, you know, my fuel rail line, up the frame and try to figure out how to get through that little thing. And I was thinking about cutting it somewhere and adding a fuel filter in the frame somewhere like I done on the other truck. That way the fuel gets filtered before the pump. So that way I don't get nothing in the pump and destroy it, even though it's a new tank. You never know what you pick up at the gas station. But when I pushed my jack under there, I thought I had that out of the way. And so I guess it decided where it wanted to cut it for me. Yeah. So, yeah, now I'm going to mock it up for the fuel filter back there. And try to get it lined up and then run the 5/16 this way back because I got it set up that way and it'll work. And yeah, that'll be fun. Won't be too. All right, I got the filter on the other side, and now I'm gonna go ahead and flare this end. That is gonna go straight under there, and then we'll get the other end eventually, but where I need it first, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this 3/8 first, and I'm going to go ahead and run the 5/16 afterwards. And this aluminum's so nice and easy to flare. It makes a good flare too. Look at that nice flare. But yeah, so I'm gonna run this down the frame, and of course, since this is a Pontiac, it's gonna be on the driver's side now. So I'm gonna run it down the frame rail, connect it to the fuel filter, and then I'm gonna cut a little extra off on this end, so when I get the pump and all that good stuff, I'll know exactly where it's gonna be. But for now, I'm trying to run this through there and work it all the way down the frame rail. Oh. Although I could leave it like that, I guess. Ow. Okay, so I want it. Yeah. Yep, I'll get this connected and run the other line, and I do have some hardware to attach this to the frame with some. It's got rubber insulators in it, but I don't have enough to do it all the way I want it, so I'm gonna have to wait to finish that off till later. Not a big deal. At least I'll have all this exactly where I want everything. And you can see that I'm only using about 1.5 inches of line on either side of the filter, so that I don't have to worry about, or well, less rubber to leak, basically. So I don't want to. There we go. Loosen that one up a little bit, slide it on, and then I have my filter attached, and it's in a good spot where I should be able to change it easy in the future without really, I mean, just crawling up under the truck. But there we go. Once again, we're gonna flare the line and run it. I only have to make one flare on this one at least, because well, should only be one. This is going to be a solid line. The only thing I probably will end up doing is just like I did before on the oh, that's too big of a flare. Eek. Oh well, we'll work with it. Maybe. May just cut it off and do it again. Yeah, that flared out really wide, so I'm just going to cut it off and do it again. But what I was going to say is I'm probably going to end up doing what I did last time, what I did on the work truck, and on the return line put a cooler, because we know mechanical pumps are on the block. They get warm and toasty, so therefore when it goes back to the tank it's a little bit warm. Especially when you're driving a street truck or street car, especially like I used to when I cruised a lot. I'd like to cruise again, so yeah, I like to keep my fuel a little cooler. And I've already tested it out on the work truck, if y'all seen that. Adding like a transmission cooler in line on the mechanical pump on the return line, cooled it down 10 degrees, so hey, I'll take it. But that does, you know, but yeah, that's what I'll end up doing. Now, one time on this truck, I thought I'd be smart and I ran one of those transmission coolers in line on the fuel supply line in front of the radiator in winter. And boy, was I not ready for that. Woo! That made a huge difference. All that fuel going through a big cooler, basically getting all that winter air at 30 degrees on the cooler, and woo-wee. But you can only really do that in the winter, because summer around here wouldn't do so well. So that was not a good idea for all the time. But it was fun that one winter. Alright. I'm going to try to... Oh, this is the annoying part, but at least it's aluminum, so it's easy to unroll, but at the same time you got to be careful, because it's easy to mess up. Okay. So again, I'm gonna go try not to trip on this other jack right here in my way. Whoever put that in my way, what a jerk. Now I know I'm gonna have to go up under here in a minute and straighten all this up and try to get it where it should be, but let's try that. Alright, so here's what I'm using for hold these down. These nice little, see that? And then you screw in there and it tightens it down and all that good stuff. So problem is this is a 4-pack and I only have 1 pack. It's not enough to keep it where I want to keep it from moving and all that good stuff. So especially for both lines. So I'll do that later. I'll get some of these ordered. This stuff's getting expensive. I'm gonna try to find a bulk and get it fairly cheap because I need quite a few of them. I'd imagine at least 8 for each, so 16 total, so 12 more. Maybe I find like a 20-pack or something. Actually, this was a 5-piece. I guess I used one. No, there's 5. I can't count today. Yeah. So, gotta think of what else. I think that's it, believe it or not. Yep, that's it. I'm done for today. Brakes are plumbed. Fuel lines are plumbed. The only thing that's not plumbed, obviously, because I don't have a pump on there to set everything up and all that good stuff. Worry about that later. Yeah, feel pretty good about this. That's another thing why people buy new or already built, because you have to do this. You have to run your brake lines, your fuel, especially when you start on something like I did. I started back bare frame on this build years ago. And it takes some time. Now, if I had money and I wasn't in my bad state of mind all those years, this would have been done a long time ago. But hindsight is, I know more now, I'm better now, and I can build it better than I could have 10 years ago. So this has been going on for 12 years. So, you know, I could have threw it together and had it running 10 years ago. It would have been done. If I would have took those 2 years and done it. But life happens, and I would probably be redoing things now that I wouldn't have caught before, like the firewall. Everything new interior would have been ruined. The cage wouldn't have been in, I wouldn't have been able to build a cage back then. Now I can build a cage, it's not a problem. I probably would have, I don't know. There's a lot, yeah, who knows, but this thing is plumbed up now, and well, one step further, which is, I'm glad. Next, I'm thinking about putting the wiring harness in and finishing the interior. Maybe, we'll see. But I got to think about it because I got the wiring harness. I could put it in. I got a brand new circuit board for the dash. so I can put the dash back in, fill some gauges to put in all that and set all that up. I need to muck up the heater, I guess, too. That's something I need to think about doing. So that might be a long project, or not a long project, but it might take me a little time because I'm gonna set up the heater. I don't want to run the rubber hoses through the firewall for obvious reasons. Who would do that? I'm gonna try to make something go through. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know. I may look at a different heater. I have an under dash heater. I may figure something else out. Oh well. I'll think about what to do next. I need to stop, think about it, figure it out, get to it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, thanks for watching.